Hey guys, John from SurfFX, and we're having a look at the new 2023 Starboard Pro. Now, this is, first up, this is the carbon. It is crazy light. It's noticeably lighter than last year's boards, but we'll get into that in a second. So, there's a few differences I've done between this year and last year. First off, last year's was a little bit more of a fish shape, so it was a little bit wider through the nose, had a bit of swallowtail, a little bit shorter overall. Now they're a bit pointier, so they're a bit more shortboardy in their shape, so touch more length for the kind of same size, and they're all squash tails. Now what that's done is made it a little bit more of a high-end board, particularly for when the well's a bit bigger. So you got a little bit more nose rocker to help take drops. You got a thinner rail through the board to really kind of hold into a wave face a bit better. Personally, this is the kind of board I kind of prefer because I'm a bit more of a front foot surfer than a back foot, and the other ones tend to feel like a little bit more back foot orientated, being just a bit more fishy and thicker through the rails. So they've changed the deck a bit. It's got a slight dome to it, but it is a lot flatter than it has been as well. So last year's had a lot of dome to it, so a bit more comfortable when you're standing on it, just to make it a little easier when you're paddling around. Bottom shape, like I said, we have a lot more nose rocker. We do have fairly aggressive kind of, you can feel it really starting here, really, the double concave. It's going to sound like it's all scratchy, but and then it really gets more solid and more aggressive through the back end. So really got that double concave feel, a little bit of a V through the middle, but it's meant to just give it really good, acceleration and grip. They flattened the rocker off a little bit compared to last year's in the tail, so it's a little bit quicker, a little bit more squirt to it. But yeah, that front rocker really kind of helps keep the nose up, so it's been pretty nice to ride. Fin boxes, you can see there, you've got the options like as usual. They've got a slotted center box, and then you've got quad options if you want to run quads. Comes as a thruster with some new carbon fins, which are pretty cool, particularly in the carbon board. You got carbon, which is the one to get because it's so much lighter, but then you also have the limited series. So what they've done there is much more cost effective because it's just basically their cheaper construction, cheaper finish, but they've reinforced it. We did a whole video on this before where they've kind of increased the stringer strength through the board to allow a cheaper board to have the same kind of performance for surfing that you'd expect. Really, outline-wise of this is probably that biggest change. You put them next to each other, which I've done for a few customers on the ground, and the other one looks very fishy compared to this, and it's just a little bit thinner through the rail. But all in all, really, really sped it up, made it back to that very high performance SUP. Sizes, they do have some bigger sizes, like up to 9 foot, which is good. And the 9 foot's not super wide, so it's got a gunny, real fast paddle feel to it. And then, of course, they do right down to the small stuff.